you got the notes about what to say during the end of it?
Yeah, no, I'm putting that into my sort of script file right now.
Perfect. All right, cool.
So give me a sec to write that up, but you start the recording so that we can have it ready.
All right. And you're good?
Hello and welcome everybody to another rousing episode of In the Field on the Reserve Pool Network. We have two powerful combatants coming in on this next matchup. On our left-hand side, we have Paul, the grand champion of the Midwest Dice Masters Open, playing his new team, Survival of the Fittest, with a really few gimmicky cards coming out that I'm interested to see played. And on our right-hand side, we have Adam, our friendly neighborhood player, piloting his very own counter jab team. Lots of fists, a little bit of Captain America, a little bit of something for everybody. And joining me today is going to be my illustrious co-host, JT.
Hey, how you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
Very good, very good. Won a Rainbow Draft weekend tonight, so but excited to see this matchup. This is going to be cool. There's an awful lot of globals on the board. That means there's an awful lot of possibilities out there with energy, and really just excited to see how these two teams go at it.
Well, it's always good to have you. It's always nice to see a few extra winners here at the table, maybe a little bit in the casting outfit, a little bit on the board, seeing how that plays out. So let's get underway with things. Paul is going to be starting us off on our left-hand side. He's got a very interesting team, like I said. It's focused on the two new basic actions, Big Entrance and Vicious Struggles, both very powerful cards that can really change the course of a game as things progress. We've got a bunch of support as well. It looks like the focus is going to be on life gain and Vicious Struggle, making sure that his opponent takes as much damage as he does, and then gaining it all right back up with that Constantine and Beast combo.
Yeah, so there's an awful lot of life gain here, and with the Red Dragon Global, he could pick up an early action die. He could, with Blue Eyes, if he rolls a sidekick, he could pick up an early character and go a whole bunch of different ways. With Parallax, he basically gets a chance to reset anything. Looks like he's going to spend a bolt to Red Dragon. Which basic action will he go with first?
I'm sensing a Big Entrance. It's always great to pick that up early, and with his opponent bringing Resurrection for him, he has no real downside to that play. He's got the shield energy for it. The question is, does he put that directly into his bag? He's actually declining, planning on pulling it out on turn 3 for some really big, heavy plays. He still gets that Resurrection and the Professor X Global, but the question is, does he use it in that order?
You know, I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna have to see what's. Well, here comes Rez.
He does play down that Resurrection. That is going to thin his dice bag down to 3, meaning that he's going to have to put the rest in there. Oh, he turns out that was a little bit of a misplay. He wanted to make sure that Big Entrance is coming out on his next turn, so he's tossing that in the bag now, getting that res, keeping the wild card for that Professor X. So pretty much a perfect turn for a rushdown deck. And while we don't see anything like Guy Gardner or Serena coming out on his field, that still doesn't mean that he's not going to be able to have lethal pretty soon with a really fast opening like that.
Yep, absolutely. That's probably the most common way to play Big Entrance, is to put it in your bag and then resurrect. You know, we were talking beforehand a couple ideas about kicking around how to maybe not put it in your bag and play for a bigger buy turn on turn 3. But one way or another, it's in his bag. He knows he's going to get it next turn. Where do you think we're going to see Adam go his first turn?
Well, Adam, as the name of his team would imply with counter jab, I could definitely see Captain America being something he wants to build towards. However, since it's pretty much all fists, getting as many kobolds out as he can is pretty much ideal. The thing is, this is a perfect turn having that sidekick, bolt, fist, and mask. He can pick up either his Ultron drone or just the Ultron drone, but getting that out early means he's going to have the ability to kind of counter any wild active effects that his opponents brings out. There's not going to be too many of them there, but with the Ultron that could come in later in the game, that's going to be some heavy capture damage. Venom adds a little bit of control to that. Wasp tosses more control on top, and with Captain America rounding it out, we're basically going to see some chip damage lockdown coming out of his team.
Yeah, and I got to be honest, I love the combo of the rare Ultron drone with Blue Eyes and Ultron, because he can Blue Eyes the Ultron drone to get a discount, but because it's knocked out, if Ultron's active, he not only gets the discount on the next die he purchases, but he also gets direct damage out of that deal.
Which is absolutely fantastic. I actually had a modified team from this a little while ago, Villain Burn .0, just because I really loved the idea of using the rare Ultron drone with that Blue Eyes and tossing in the Black Manta on top of it. Just made it silly damage potential. It wasn't super fast, but it was tanky as all get-go, and it did really well for me. But on our opponent's side, Paul is getting that big entrance. He has rolled the action face that he was hoping for, and he's got pretty much a ton of energy. He could go for easy Constantines, but without any fists, that beast is going to remain on its card for the time being. So we've got to see what else he wants to pick up here after he gets to re-roll his dice. Maybe even keeping some of the sidekicks for the Blue Eyes Global if he sees the need.
Yeah, well, he's got a discount already, so if he's going to Blue Eyes, it'd be interesting to see what he goes for.
You could get a turn 3 Red Dragon.
Well, absolutely, and it can go in your bag. Which is a huge thing. So, with this, he could pick up 2 Constantines, a Beast, and still pick up another basic action. He could save that mask and go for a PXG to have a little bit of extra energy on that next turn. There's just a lot of directions. So, looks like he is going to Red Dragon and pick up at least. There's a Vicious Struggle straight in the bag.
Little chip damage never hurts.
Never hurts, especially knowing that there could be a cascade down the line. It's certainly not the combo that we showed on a previous video with Patrick's nefarious burn down combo, but because Captain America is on the other side, having Vicious Struggle could lead to that eventually. So. Be interesting to see what happens here in the next few turns.
Oh, definitely. I think that's going to be motivation enough for Adam never to pick up Captain America in the first place. That said, it's even more important since Paul has already gotten the early damage lead with those 2 Red Dragon pings he's managed to pull off. So if we see that damage trading back and forth off Captain America Vicious Struggle, Adam would lose handily at this point. He's too far down. He would need some way to get himself back up in life or really hurt his opponent, and that's not going to come out soon enough, especially since we've got so much extra life gain coming in on Paul's side. It is a team specifically set up to take advantage of Vicious Struggle, and it's going to do it in just the strongest way he knows how. And honestly, that's going to be pretty powerful against the kind of chip damage, constant pouring in of Ultron captures and Wasp damage that we're going to be seeing out of Adam's side, so it's kind of a perfect counter. Maybe blind, but if it works, who's complaining?
Yeah, absolutely. So if Vicious Struggle's in play and Adam's able to pull off the Blue Eyes Ultron drone Ultron combo, it's actually going to burn both players. And so with no life gain possible, he's already behind in life. Boy, I think I got to say that I think Adam is probably in a little bit of trouble. From the get-go. He might need to go Magneto just so that he can prevent the life gain of Constantine and Beast. What do you think?
With the complete lack of removal out of Paul's side, except for maybe taking advantage of the Ultron drone global, Magneto would be perfect for completely shutting down the whole life gain engine, because even Mira can provide a little bit. Oh, actually, that's the wrong Mira, so ignore all that. There's only the Constantine and Beast life gain, and Magneto turns those off completely. So if he wants to go big or go home, he could take that as the option. And with this field, he has the option with the Blue Eyes to immediately purchase that and still maintain the PXG ramp. So let's see if he wants to go for that. No, instead we see the Captain America into that Vicious Struggle. I do not agree with this play. I'm really curious what he's thinking there, considering he is already in that health deficit, And with the Captain America bouncing that vicious struggle damage back and forth, it's going to be anybody's game at this point.
Well, and the Wasp Global is there too. So if he gets Cap out and then Paul gets vicious struggle, all he's got to do is ping Adam, and the burn down goes.
Wow, I mean, it can happen that way, but I wasn't expecting that play. We're going to have to see how that develops going forward, but like you mentioned, this is a little bit of a sticky wicket.
A little bit indeed. Man, I just think Magneto is the stronger play there. Although, to be honest, if he's able to get Ultron drone out and get a little bit of a swing through and can get ahead in life, then maybe it's the right play. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It would have been nice to see Venom maybe play a bigger role in controlling his opponent's field, but sadly it doesn't affect the Beast and only takes out Constantine on a single face, so it's probably not going to provide too much efficacy towards Adam's side. It could control the sidekicks, but I don't think that's necessarily a big issue in this game. I think it's all going to revolve around when the direct damage comes out, what their health numbers are at that time, and whether or not Captain America and Vicious Struggle are at odds, because if they are, that's basically going to end the game for one of these players here.
Yep, absolutely. So what we see is on the reroll he missed Vicious Struggle, so that protects Adam for a little bit, I think. Parallax Global.
Really? I'm surprised by that. I don't actually think he needs the Vicious Struggle here. Adam doesn't have anything too scary out just yet. He has Paul has a sidekick blocker in the field. He can kind of take whatever's coming at him for a few turns, and having that extra energy would be really nice to field both characters, because as it stands, he's going to have to pay out of pocket to grab those guys down onto the field, and he's going to lose out on a little bit of PXG prep that he could be having instead.
Yeah, I agree. I think this early, now, again, I don't know Paul's necessarily his goal with the Vicious Struggle, except maybe as an attack deterrent this early. But I agree. I think as energy to be able to field both of those characters, he could have spent that energy to
more Vicious Struggle,
more ramp. He knows he's going to get big entrance again next turn, so I think in that case, you want to have as much energy as possible to maximize the discount, right? Like, big entrance is great, but you have to buy at least 2 dice for it to pay off. They do go in your bag, which is pretty cool, but when you can buy 3, 4, 5 dice, that's really when that gets rolling.
We see more Parallax Globals going down, and he just can't get the die. And at this point, he basically has to bail out, since if he finally does manage to reroll it, he won't be able to field both characters. So he is finally just going to accept his losses. He wasted those 2 energy. That could have been a damage. That could have been a second Vicious Struggle in his wheelhouse, something to just add on to that heavy threat, but it's not going to come out, so he's just kind of got to bite the bullet there and maybe hold on to those 2 for some prep global. Maybe even pull off the Phoenix to pull out whatever he has going to be coming into the field next turn, because we do see that Phoenix global that I didn't really pick up on earlier, but that means that while active characters are going to be a lot less useful, since he can kind of take those to the face and then immediately heal back up off of the Constantine Beast.
Yeah, and so with Beast gaining life, if he's knocked out while attacking, you just keep pushing him. Now maybe he doesn't want to do that this turn. He could get ahead again. So when he fielded Constantine, he went back up to 20. He could throw Beast. I don't see distraction, so he could throw Beast across just to swing and get a little further ahead.
A little bit of pressure on the board.
Yeah, and really to have a when fielded life gain and when KO'd while attacking life gain, and Blue Eyes on the team, he really has full control of when he gains life and when he doesn't. So it's really a remarkable kind of strategy here to go with some weenies and just maintain enough life to Always stay high enough that you're not really concerned the big swing. If somebody is able to pull off a big combo, he's got the Mara Global. I mean, it's really kind of a tight build.
The question is, do you think he attacks with his sidekick and the beast here? I'm almost certain that he attacks with his sidekick, since that maintains perfect PXG and he doesn't get any little bit of waste there, and he may as well just pick up the free damage. The only time I think he doesn't is if he really wants those sidekicks on the field for future turns and is worried about not re-rolling him. The other question that I'm still just looking back and wondering why he didn't pick up that Vicious Struggle, but I suppose it's just kind of what he has to do. He really wanted to have that Vicious Struggle coming out and being active as many turns as possible, and he made the gamble for it. I don't think it worked out. The thing is, he still has enough energy to control the board, have more energy for next turn. Eventually, he's going to start dumping red dragons onto the board, since that's going to probably be his endgame sort of big purchase character to toss out and about.
Yeah, he's going to have the energy to get those bodies.
Paul's missing. He's not in the call.
Okay.
We can cut this, no problem, but Paul is MIA currently, so that really doesn't help.
No. Anyone have a way to buzz him?
Dylan's the one who's in contact with Paul, so I'm wondering what we're doing from here.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to reach out to him on Facebook, see if that's...
No worries. No worries.
Yeah, we're good.
Just so long as you cut this out, and I'm sure you will, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Because is he not in the lobby anymore? I can't see the lobby.
He's not. That's the thing. He's completely... Wait, the lobby. Let me check. No, he's still there in the lobby. That may just be a vassal quirk. He probably had some sort of connection issue and kind of dipped out for whatever reason.
Can you guys message him on that portion just to see if he responds?
Just to kind of see.
Yeah. Because he may just not. He's not going to hear anything you're saying, so his speaker's off. But.
Let's see if he responds to that. Oh, he's back in the call. Paul, you there?
He's probably got everything turned down still.
Okay.
Just talk to him in the chat and see if he responds to it. Let's see, back on the call.
Oh, the the Hangout chat. Ooh. That doesn't look good. That's an error call out in Vassal. He probably has a corrupted game state at this point.
Can he resync?
Talk to him about that. I don't know. He's out of the call again. For the record, I blame Dylan just because.
Okay.
Dylan accepts responsibility.
I do always. This is my baby. So
this was your guest. You're the only one out of me and you that has worked on Vassal at any time in the past. So
I figured out how to make teams.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a really helpful feature.
What's a helpful feature?
Setting up teams on the Teams tab so that you can kind of modify them as you see fit.
All right, so like I said, I can't see it because I'm recording the screen. So
I understand.
He's in the lobby though, or he's not?
He dipped out again. He's clearly having issues of some sort. Yeah. I believe they are psychosomatic in nature.
Oh.
I gotta say, I feel like this time around is going way better with Necro and me.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Like the first time we didn't really hit our stride. I was being really overbearing, and I don't think we had any real play back and forth. And this time is going a heck of a lot better.
Yeah,
we're
you
both
definitely-
giving each other
Necker, you
space.
sound-
We're getting words in edgewise. I'm still talking over Dylan. I can still do that. Don't take that away from me.
But you were so much better, like with the balance part of it, which is good. And I think you guys, and like I said last time when I was listening to it again after actually not playing it and just straight listening to it, the commentary you guys are doing is really good. So I think that we're in a good place. So just keep doing what you're doing. Just again, Necker, just like catch yourself sometimes and leave a little bit of room for JT to
Don't
like
steamroll
break
people.
in.
Ah,
Do what?
I'm working on it. I'm saying don't steamroll people. I'm
Okay.
working on it. It's in my head. It's not necessarily coming out of my mouth that way. Sometimes the words just flow.
It's, like I said, it's still really good. It
Mhm.
looks like we lost internet right now. Trying to bring it back. Yeah, it looks like it hasn't happened to him in months, and now it just happened when we were recording. So
Lovely. No, I know what that's like. Occasionally, like once in a blue moon, my computer will just say, "I've had enough for one day. I'm gonna turn off now. Okay, thanks, bye." And I've had that happen at very inopportune moments, and it's very frustrating. So technical difficulties can.
if you want to
whenever.
keep your outro thing of thanks and we'll see you next time or something like that, totally do it. But just make sure you say next time in the field or next time.
See you next time in the field. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.
Make sure you end it with in the field or yeah, exactly. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time in the field.
I don't.
I know.
I'll do it, but
I've watched your other videos. I know that that's your call out
Okay,
at the end of
okay.
the video. So I know it's gonna be hard.
If he doesn't, I will.
This isn't my personal baby. I'm working with the reserve pool here, so I can make that allowance. It hurts, but I will cede to you on this because again, it's not mine. I am part of the group here. These aren't my videos specifically, so I can do that.
I just like the way it sounds at the end of the statement, saying we'll see you next time in the field, and then JT can say, I know Patrick has his later. Isaac has, I think he says later too. JT, you can say whatever you want at the end, kind of thing, if you even want to. But I just want to keep that as kind of a consistency and definitely to round it out that this is the show that you're watching.
Adam, do we actually have to sing? Because
Yeah,
I know YMCA pretty well.
Yeah,
I can belt that
I think you've got
drop
to
of a hat. Just let me know.
bust it out. That's always a plus. So.
Gotcha.
I haven't. Let me see if he's saying anything new.
See if Paul's in contact.
Internet's still down. Restart modem a couple times. Still no go.
Oh,
Game was just getting started too. Yeah, it's.
I know. Yeah. And the commentary's working really well, like you just mentioned. I'm really happy with how it's working out. I think that I'm getting into a better rhythm, and that's meaning that there's space for my co-casters, so it's really working out.
Yeah, I think it's good. I'm just gonna tell him we can try another night. If somebody else wants to do a run, JT, are you still up for? Are you heading to bed soon?
Well, we gotta get this is going so well. Like we gotta get one in when we're hot.
Yeah, I mean, when you're don't lose the momentum.
That's fine with me. It's just gonna. Here, I'm gonna stop the recording. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Because I just told him.
Curiosity, can you guys not see some of the cards? Because some of the World of Light cards aren't showing up.
I can
probably
see
just
everything.
need to
You're
move,
probably missing the most recent one.
Yep.
The most recent module, because it all comes in modules. The War of Light module was uploaded